My name is Elena Hamann, and I am a senior student at Sewanee, the University of the South. When looking back at my time in college, I can see how the experiences and connections I have gained at Sewanee have shaped me into the person I am today and who I will become after leaving university. I will be going out into the world with a strong foundation of learning and real-world experiences, and can hopefully begin to make my mark and help my small corner of the world become a better place. I grew up in Vienna, Virginia, a diverse suburb of Washington, D.C. My parents are journalists, and growing up we would often discuss the news and current events, teaching me to critically think about the world around me. This interest in understanding the world, alongside my academic interests in Latin America and the Spanish language, led me to choose an international and global studies major in college. When I came across Sewanee, I knew it was the right place for me to grow into a young adult and cultivate my passions while pursuing this area of study. I began college in August 2020 in the midst of a pandemic and uncertainty over what the year would look like. It was challenging to meet people and adjust to college life under strict social distancing and online learning policies. One of the first places I felt belonging was as a theater fellow for costuming in the Tennessee Williams Center, and thankfully was able to bond with people there even amidst this pandemic safety measures. As time went on, I eventually found my people and began to feel fully rooted in the community my sophomore year as a member of the Spanish House and an employee at Sterling's. I applied to the Canale internship program as a sophomore, recognizing it as a way to grow personally and professionally. I was specifically drawn to the position of working with the AmeriCorps Vista program in Sewanee to be able to gain more experience working with community and nonprofit organizations. During the application process, I initially struggled with enormous amounts of self-doubt. My inner critic voice, fueled by insecurities over my past mental health struggles, questioned if I would be able to do the job or if I would crack under pressure. Luckily, once I began my work as a Canale intern for Sewanee's AmeriCorps program in my junior year, my doubts quickly disappeared. I had two wonderful site supervisors who mentored me throughout the first semester, and I realized that working as an office intern was a valuable learning experience that provided me with versatile skills. Additionally, meeting all the hardworking, motivated students in the Canale program showed me how rewarding it is to be involved with a program that pushes students to do civic-minded, community-engaged work. Getting involved in this program taught me that the only way to get over my internal self-doubt is to throw myself into whatever I am nervous about. In junior year, my younger sister started attending Sewanee as a freshman, making our family more connected to Sewanee than ever before. This year, I also found a new community as a member of the Fine Arts Theme House. Applying my passion for sewing and arts and crafts to a campus organization has been incredibly gratifying and challenged me to expand my leadership skills. I was also lucky enough to be able to go abroad in my spring semester, embarking on a program studying identity, community development, and social justice in Valparaiso, Chile. Getting out of my comfort zone by going to another country was challenging, but thankfully I was able to adjust and have a very meaningful experience with personal and academic growth along the way. At the end of the semester, I completed a month-long independent study project about the relationship between the Mapuche indigenous people and the Chilean government. As a result of this, I learned a lot about minority rights and inequality, socioeconomic realities, and political themes in Latin America, feeding into my major studies and my drive to dig deeper and understand underlying systems. When I returned to the U.S., I spent the summer before senior year in Sewanee, working as a summer Canale intern for the South Cumberland Farmers Market, getting to interact with local farmers and deepening my appreciation for community food systems. My senior year has been a time of growth and challenges, and reflection about myself and what I want my life to look like. In the fall semester, I had a lot on my plate at once: 4 classes, a work study and Canale internship, as well as being the co-director of the Arts Theme House and writing my senior thesis for my major. As time went on, I became more stressed by the pace of daily life and trying to keep up with my obligations, as well as struggling with imposter syndrome. Over time, I realized that by piling everything on myself, I was seeking an unattainable validation for working hard without rest or recognition. This resulted in my mental health declining. Thankfully, after realizing that I was struggling with this, I took initiative to shift my perspective on life and try to reframe the negative narratives I had been imposing on myself. I finished my fall semester in a better frame of mind, completing my comp and taking more time to spend with myself and friends. For my comprehensive research, I wrote about the rights of indigenous peoples in Latin America under extractive nation-states, using Bolivia and Ecuador as case studies. I wrote 40 pages in total and earned distinction on the project and learned a lot from the process about both the subject matter and my own learning and research processes. In my last semester of college, I have aimed to maximize my involvement on campus and dig deeper into the programs I am already a part of. This March, I went on a service trip to Ecuador through the OCE's outreach program and found a lot of meaning in getting to know a new place and helping others learn and do the same by translating Spanish for them. This experience allowed me to do a lot of reflecting on how I want to use my academic skills and interest in Latin America. Because my father is Peruvian and I studied abroad in Chile, I feel the most connected to studying and serving in South America. Currently, I am aspiring to get involved in human rights and policy advocacy concerning that region from within the US after graduation. Until then, this summer I will be serving as a Communications and Project Coordinator AmeriCorps member for the university's Office of Civic Engagement. When looking back on my time in Sewanee, I am very thankful to have had the opportunities I've been given here. My studies and my life experience up until this point have taught me about the inherent interconnectedness of the world and the importance of being rooted in community and finding meaning, and I will carry these values with me as I go out into the world.